Welcome to this video. My name is Christian from the Premiere. After the intense confrontation with New Age and the loss of Detective Russo in last episode, I believe we're gonna see Reacher even more determined to pursue Shane. But now that he captured Dixon and David, Reacher has the motivations to go all in. So that shady politician guy, Senator LaBoy, is connected to the scheme somehow. I guess he was involved in creating those missile ships years ago, or actually knowing about this, and now he's willing to give Reacher whatever he needs to take down the operation. My guess is he will try to cover his own hands. Then we got Lieutenant March, the cop. He ratted out Officer Russo for getting too close to the reality of what was happening. That's why those people took Russo out. But karma came back around when Reacher went to Lieutenant March and he asked him about what was happening, and actually he let him know what was happening with the guy. He was alive, and how Reacher to ask him a question about what was going on with the deal. That's something that is really interesting when Reacher knows what to do and what step to take, which connects to what's going to happen in the next episode. Now Langston kidnapped Donald and Dixon to use as leverage. He told Reacher to surrender to him or else. Like, that's gonna happen. So he's cooked up. But Reacher got no backup plan now, so he cooked some scheme to get the jump on him from the inside the facility. And no clue what he got planned, but I'm sure it will be nuts. Connecting to something that happened in the episode, we have an idea of what that is. So also, how about little Jane getting away secretly thanks to the combination of Reacher and Dixon creative mind and how he can protect them from Langston. Smart move getting her and her mom out of harm's way, but also it's crazy how they brought up the kid into all of this. Okay, so this episode has a huge military flashback. This is a huge piece of this puzzle, but also of the episode. I was not expecting the episode to cover a lot of the events that happened in the army with Reacher and his team, but it's something that they covered a lot in this episode. Back in the day, Reacher was a major leading his special investigation unit in the army, tracking down illegal operations. We're talking drug rings and stuff operating secretly within the military itself. Super corrupt. Reacher catches wind that drugs is being moved using army vehicles. We're talking thousands of kilos making his way stateside. Even though Reacher commander ordered him not to pursue it, he decides to go rogue. Obviously, no surprise there. Something that Reacher is always going to do is do the right thing. So he brings his loyal team and they orchestrate his secret raid to catch the smugglers in the act. We see them intercept a whole convoy full of dope that's about to exchange hands. Reacher personally arrested the leader behind it all. Huge buzz, but it's something that shows how Reacher and his team were working together in the past. Of course, what happened is that this did not make Reacher's boss too happy. He reamed Reacher out back on base about defying orders, and as a result, he completely stopped Reacher's investigations unit, which I assume later sets the stage for where Reacher is at now, drifting from place to place. But you gotta admit, Reacher took out a major drug trafficking ring that was operating within the army itself. He stopped a lot of poison from hitting the streets. Too bad it torpedoed his military career though, so we clearly see Reacher's unit was totally dismantled after he defied the orders and took down the major drug trafficking operation. His commander, as you can see, was furious that Reacher exposed corruption that was happening right under the military's nose. So Reacher inspires loyalty from his team by passionately explaining it's a small price to pay for cutting off a major pipeline of illegal drugs and exposing high-level military officials who wrongly thought they could operate. His courage seems to motivate everyone to action, even though Reacher makes it clear they're free to walk away without consequences. In the end though, the unit stands united behind Reacher. So with his only friends held captive, Reacher finds himself well and truly alone. But we know that's when he's at his most dangerous. There's no one holding him back anymore. Reacher approaches the facility where Langston is keeping Donald and Dixon hostage, ready to unleash hell. But as you know, his compound has cameras and guards everywhere and also has an electric fence, which I believe is going to connect to the next episode. Reacher noticed some local kids messing around near the compound's fence, and he gets inspired when one of them mentions the fence carries a lethal electric charge, At the end of the episode, Reacher comes face to face with the big boss himself, Langston, and we realize that he has been waiting for Reacher arrival all along. Knowing how resourceful Reacher is, I got a theory on what his plans could be based on that electric fence teaser. I'm guessing Reacher will create some kind of distraction or sabotage to deliberately causing a mass power outage. If he takes down that fence as well as the facility's interior power grid, it would allow him to fight undetected in the cover of the darkness. Perhaps he used that knowledge of the electric fence to overload short the compound's main generator, and with the place pitch black, Reacher can take out the armed guards one by one without being seen, picking them off silently to even out the numbers before confronting Langston's crew head-on. That could explain why we see Reacher suddenly face to face with Langston men in the trailer, which I'm going to go ahead and discuss in a moment. And he, in my opinion, he executed his plan, slipped inside and made it straight to the big boss lair and made it so he can be unseen. Now we'll have to wait until the next episode and see what he's going to unleash on them. Now I'm going to take a moment to discuss what's going to happen on the episode 8. I uploaded the trailer for that so you can see on my channel, and you can see here.
They're coming after us.
That's the bosses give orders.
Surveillance photos don't do you justice.
Looks like you had a rough night.
Had worse.
But the trailer for episode 8, we can see that Reacher is going to fight the crew, and also when Langston said to him, hey, you look bigger than you look, which of course he is. But also we get confirmation that everything's going to be okay, going from that spoiler, which I hated. So sad about them sharing that. But we also see an explosion of a helicopter. Maybe someone was escaping. So let's see who that was. But that's the trailer. I imagine that Reacher was, getting him captured so he can create that plan and has, the next phase of his master plan in motion by getting captured, and then by being there, playing it cool, biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment to turn the tables somehow. It's definitely cheap for the trailer to spoil surprises like that, but hey, that's something that we can expect. Helicopter scene in the trailer hints at an explosive, high-stakes ending, and how Senator LaBoy is going to reemerge from all of this, and how he's going to set up season 3 if they do continue from this point, or season 3 to cover new information. The senator clearly has power and influence. Also in episode 7, we can see how the dealer AM set up a meeting with the stealer, and how he now has the missiles and what's going to happen with that. So we'll have to wait and see how AM is going to go there, if he goes, or what's going to happen with the missiles. So I'm excited to see that in the finale. It's not really explained what happened, but my theory is that AM is going to go to where Reacher and Langston is for the engineers, set up everything. But anyways, that's the video for today. What are your thoughts? My name is Christian from Beyond Premiere, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.